In this video, we'll go over 11 warning signs of colon cancer. Stick around because we'll cover 3 extremely unusual signs that you probably have never heard of. Colon cancer, also known as colorectal cancer, is a significant health concern worldwide. It is one of the leading causes of cancer-related deaths, but is treatable and often preventable when detected early. Awareness of warning signs and preventive measures can play a crucial role in combating this disease. This video aims to provide comprehensive insights into the warning signs of colon cancer and effective strategies for its prevention. Colon cancer begins in the large intestine or colon, which is the final part of the digestive tract. It typically affects older adults, though it can happen to young adults as well. It usually begins as small, benign clumps of cells called polyps that form inside the colon. Over time, some of these polyps can become colon cancers. Here are the warning signs of colon cancer. 1. Changes in bowel movements. A big warning sign of colon cancer is when your bowel movements start looking different than usual. This could mean having diarrhea, going a lot, and it's watery, or constipation, not being able to go much at all. That doesn't go away. You might also notice that your poop looks different, like it's really loose or super hard. If you keep having these bathroom problems for more than a month, it's a good idea to talk to a doctor to check what's going on. 2. Blood in stool. If you ever notice blood in your poop, it's something to take seriously. Sometimes the blood can be bright red, and other times it might be really dark, almost black. This bleeding can be a warning sign of colon cancer, so if you see this, make sure to get it checked. 3. Persistent abdominal discomfort. If you're often feeling discomfort in your stomach area, like cramps or pain, it could be something to watch out for. This discomfort might feel like you've got a lot of gas or like your stomach is always full even if you haven't eaten much. It's not just stomach aches here and there. It's when this feeling doesn't go away and keeps bothering you. If you find these tips helpful, I encourage you to show your support by liking this content, subscribing to our channel, and enabling notifications for the latest health and nutrition tips. 4. A feeling that the bowel doesn't empty completely. Have you ever felt like you still needed to go to the bathroom even right after you've just gone? This feeling is like your bowel hasn't emptied out all the way, even though you've already had a bowel movement. It's a weird and uncomfortable feeling, like you're not totally done yet. This can also be a sign of colon cancer. 5. Weakness or fatigue. Sometimes a sign of colon cancer is feeling really weak or tired, and you can't figure out why. This kind of weakness or fatigue sticks around, even if you're resting a lot. The feeling is like your energy has been drained out, and you can't seem to get it back. 6. Unexplained weight loss. If you start losing weight and you haven't changed your eating or exercise habits, it could be a warning sign of colon cancer. This isn't about losing a pound or two. It's more like your clothes start fitting differently without any clear reason. You might notice that you're eating the same and staying just as active, or not active, as before, but the weight is still coming off. 7. Anemia. Anemia is when you don't have enough red blood cells in your body, and it can be a sign to look out for. Red blood cells are important because they carry oxygen all around your body. When you're anemic, you might feel really tired or look pale because your body isn't getting enough oxygen. A lot of times, anemia happens because you don't have enough iron, which is a key part of red blood cells. 8. Pencil-thin stools. Have you noticed that your poop is really thin, kind of like pencils? This change, where your stool becomes much narrower than usual, could be a sign to pay attention to. It can happen because something is blocking the way in your colon, which is the last part of your digestive system. When there's a blockage, the poop has to squeeze through a smaller space, and that's why it comes out thin. Now for 3. More extremely unusual signs of colon cancer. 1. Leser Trelot. Sign, a strange sign that could point to colon cancer, is the Leser-Trellat sign. This is when a bunch of dark, round, or oval skin spots suddenly show up on someone's body. These spots, called seborrheic keratosis lesions, are not usually found on the palms or soles of the feet. Normally, similar spots might appear as people get older, but with Leser-Trellat, they pop up quickly and grow fast. A key thing about these spots is that they can be itchy. This sign is pretty rare but could hint at colon cancer or other cancers in the stomach area. 2. Malignant acanthosis nigricans. Another skin change to watch out for is called malignant acanthosis nigricans. It shows up as dark, thick, velvety patches on the skin, mostly where skin touches skin, like under the arms or in the groin. This skin issue is often seen in people who are overweight or have diabetes because their bodies resist insulin. However, there's a type of this condition that happens with colorectal cancer, especially a kind called colorectal adenocarcinoma. 3. Hypertrichosis lanuginosa. Acquisita. The third unusual sign linked to colon cancer is hypertrichosis lanuginosa acquisita. This means growing soft, fine hair that's usually seen on babies before they are born. When this kind of hair starts growing in places like the eyebrows, forehead, ears, or nose, it might be a warning of colon cancer. The hair growth can start up to 2.5 years before doctors find the cancer. This sign is very rare and might also show up with other kinds of cancer, like in the lungs or breasts. Even though these skin changes are pretty rare, they're important to know about because they could point to colon cancer. It is also important to note that all of these symptoms can also be caused by non-cancerous conditions such as infections, hemorrhoids, and inflammatory bowel disease. Are you at risk for colon cancer? Understanding the following 9 risk factors is important for prevention as well. These include 1. Age factor. Firstly, age plays a big role. Most people who get colon cancer are over the age of 50, but younger people have been getting it as well. This means it's important to be more aware of colon cancer and its signs, even at a young age. 2. Race and colon cancer. Race can also affect your risk. African Americans, for example, are at a higher risk of developing colon cancer compared to other races. This means that if you're African American, it's especially important to keep an eye out for any signs of the disease. 3. Family history. Your family's health history matters too. If you have family members who have had colorectal cancer or polyps, your own risk goes up. This is because some risks for cancer can be passed down in families. 4. Intestinal conditions. Certain long-term, chronic conditions in your intestines, like ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease, also increase your risk. These conditions cause inflammation in your intestines, which can lead to cancer over time. 5. Diet. What you eat affects your risk too. If you like eating a diet high in processed foods and sugary drinks, you can look forward to a future full of health problems, including colon cancer. So, eating healthy is not just good for your overall health, but it can also help prevent this type of cancer. 6. Activity level. How active you are is another factor. If you don't get much exercise and spend a lot of time sitting, your risk of colon cancer goes up. This is one more reason why staying active and exercising is really important. 7. Diabetes. People with diabetes or those who have trouble using insulin properly are at a higher risk too. Managing diabetes and keeping blood sugar levels in check is important for reducing this risk. 8. Smoking and alcohol. Smoking cigarettes and drinking a lot of alcohol can also make you more likely to get colon cancer. Both of these habits are harmful in many ways, and they increase the risk of several types of cancer, including colon cancer. 9. Obesity. Lastly, being overweight or obese raises your risk of getting colon cancer. It also makes it more likely that the cancer could be fatal. This is another reason why maintaining a healthy weight is so crucial. How do doctors check for colon cancer? The American Cancer Society has some pretty important advice when it comes to checking for colon cancer. They say that starting at age 45, people should begin to get regular screenings. This means that once you hit 45, you should start getting tests to check for early signs of colon cancer. There are a few different ways doctors can test for colon cancer. 1. Colonoscopy. One common way is called a colonoscopy. This is when a doctor uses a long, flexible tube that has a light and camera on the end to look inside your entire colon and rectum. It sounds a bit weird, but it's a really good way to find any problems early on. 2. Stool tests. Another method is stool tests. These tests look for any signs of blood or cancer-related DNA in your poop. It's a simple way to catch early signs of cancer without having to do a full colonoscopy. 3. Flexible sigmoidoscopy. Then there's something called a flexible sigmoidoscopy. It's kind of like a colonoscopy, but it only checks the rectum and the lower part of the colon. It's less invasive than a full colonoscopy. 4. CT colonography. Lastly, there's CT colonography, also known as a virtual colonoscopy. This uses special X-ray equipment, CT scans, to take pictures of your colon and rectum from the outside. It's another less invasive option compared to a traditional colonoscopy. The fight against colon cancer starts with awareness. Recognizing the warning signs and taking preventive measures, including regular screening, can save lives. By embracing a healthy lifestyle and being vigilant about regular checkups, especially for those at higher risk, the battle against colon cancer can be effectively waged. Remember, early detection remains the key to successful treatment. If you have any concerns about colon cancer symptoms or risk factors, you should consult with your healthcare provider. Thank you for watching 11 Warning Signs of Colon Cancer That Shouldn't Be Ignored on Healthy Vibrance. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more health-related content. See you in the next video.